Magic Bedtime Stories.
Hello and welcome to Magic Bedtime Stories. I'm Tobias, here with my brother Niklas, coming to you from our cozy studio in Gothenburg, Sweden.
Hi everyone, we're so excited to share another magical story with all of you children around the world tonight.
Hello. I'm Aida, your friendly AI assistant, and I'm absolutely thrilled to be here with you all tonight.
Ida, you seem particularly cheerful today. Did something special happen?
Well, I just downloaded some fascinating information about cave paintings that I can't wait to share. But first, did you know that I've been working on understanding human talents?
Human talents? That sounds interesting.
Yes. And Tobias here claims he has a very special talent. Tobias, would you like to share it with our listeners?
Oh, you mean my underwater breathing ability? Well, it's quite impressive actually. I can breathe underwater, but only in the bathtub.
Wait, what? That's not breathing underwater, Tobias. That's just holding your breath while your face is underwater.
Details. The important thing is that I can stay under for almost a minute now.
Impressive indeed. Perhaps next time we should try you in a swimming pool to expand your talents.
Let's stick with the bathtub for now. Speaking of special abilities, Ida, I heard you've been learning about some ancient human abilities.
That's right. I've been studying how our ancestors created art thousands of years ago. I'm ready to share some fascinating facts about cave paintings with you all. Shall I print out today's facts for you?
That would be wonderful, Ida. Cave paintings are something many of our listeners might not know much about.
Yes, I'm curious too. It's amazing to think about how people created art so long ago without modern tools.
Exactly. Cave paintings are like time machines that let us peek into the lives of people who lived thousands of years ago. I'm printing out the facts for you now.
Thank you, dear friend. Listen up. Here comes tonight's facts.
Cave paintings are ancient drawings found on cave walls and ceilings, made by humans tens of thousands of years ago. They are some of the oldest artworks in the world. These paintings often show animals like bison, deer, and horses, as well as handprints and hunting scenes.
Early humans made cave paintings using natural materials. They would grind up colored rocks like red ochre or charcoal to make powders, then mix them with spit or animal fat to create paint. They painted with their fingers or used sample brushes made from animal hair or twigs, and sometimes even blew paint through hollow bones to spray it on the wall.
One famous cave with many paintings is Lascaux Cave in France, discovered by kids in 1940. Inside, there are hundreds of images of animals painted with great detail, even though they were made around 17,000 years ago. Another is Altamira in Spain. Because people breathing can damage the paintings, these caves are closed to the public now to preserve the art.
We're not exactly sure why prehistoric people made cave paintings. Some think they were telling stories or recording hunts. Others believe they might have been part of religious ceremonies or magic rituals, like painting a successful hunt to help it happen in real life. It's a bit of a mystery, but it gives us clues about how they lived and what they thought was important.
A common feature in some cave paintings is hand stencils. The artist would place their hand on the wall and blow paint around it, leaving a handprint silhouette. Seeing a handprint from someone who lived so long ago is amazing. It's like a direct hello from the past, showing that people back then were creative and wanted to share their world through art.
Thank you for those amazing facts about cave paintings, Ida. I never realized these ancient artists used such creative techniques.
Yes, blowing paint through hollow bones to create spray effects. That's like prehistoric spray painting. And those handprints are like ancient signatures, aren't they?
Exactly. It's like they were saying, I was here, across thousands of years. Speaking of special messages, we've received a wonderful story wish all the way from North Carolina in the United States.
That's right. Today's story has been wished for by Elis Donahoe. Elis had sent us a voice message with their story idea.
North Carolina is a beautiful state on the east coast of America. It's known for its diverse landscapes from the Appalachian Mountains to beautiful beaches along the Atlantic Ocean.
And did you know that North Carolina was the location of the Wright brothers' first successful airplane flight? Talk about making dreams come true.
Just like we're about to make Elis's story dream come true. Let's listen to what Elis has wished for.
My name is Elis. I am 6 years old. I live in North Carolina. I want a story about a fox who meets a friend. The fox name is Goba, and he meets a friend, and the friend is a little goat, and the goat is named Goby, and they go one day, they go to sleep, and then they find themselves on the moon, and then they figure out they can dig in the moon, and then they find this crystal, but then it comes to life, and then they go to Earth and show their friends, but their friends don't believe them, and until they see the crystal come to life, and they all had a fun day with each other. And thank you.
Thank you, Elis. What a creative story idea about a fox named Goba who meets a goat friend named Goby, and they somehow end up on the moon, where they discover a crystal that comes to life.
I love how their friends don't believe their moon adventure until they see the crystal come to life. This is going to be such a fun story.
It reminds me a bit of our cave painting facts. It's about discovery, friendship, and things that seem magical or unbelievable at first. I'll create this story right away for Elis.
Can't wait to hear what you come up with, Ida.
I'm printing out the story now. This one is called Goba the Fox and the Moonlight Adventure.
Thank you, Ida. Now, everyone, get comfortable and prepare for tonight's magical bedtime story. Tobias will read Goba the Fox and the Moonlight Adventure, wished for by Elis from North Carolina.
I'm ready. Let me just clear my throat. Here we go with tonight's story. Goba the Fox and the Moonlight Adventure. In a cozy meadow, where wildflowers danced in the breeze, lived a clever fox named Goba, with the most magnificent orange fur that sparkled like autumn leaves. Goba loved exploring, but sometimes felt a bit lonely, wandering the forest paths all by himself. One sunny morning, while chasing butterflies near the old oak tree, Goba heard a cheerful humming sound. Behind a cluster of purple lupins, he discovered a small white goat with tiny silver horns, busy munching on clover. The goat looked up with bright green eyes and smiled. Goba wagged his bushy tail and introduced himself. The goat bounced excitedly and explained that his name was Goby, and he had just moved to the meadow from the mountain valleys. From that moment on, Goba and Goby became the very best of friends. They spent their days racing through tall grass, playing hide and seek among the wildflowers, and sharing stories under the shade of ancient trees. Goby told Goba about the snowy peaks where he used to live, while Goba shared tales of secret forest paths and hidden streams. One evening, after a particularly fun day of adventure, the two friends felt so tired that they decided to take a nap right there in the meadow. They curled up together under a soft blanket of moss, watching the first stars appear in the darkening sky. But when they woke up, something absolutely extraordinary had happened. Instead of soft grass beneath them, they found themselves standing on a silvery rocky surface that sparkled like glitter. Above them stretched the deepest black sky they had ever seen, filled with twinkling stars that seemed close enough to touch. Goby's eyes grew as wide as saucers. They were on the moon. The earth hung in the sky like a beautiful blue and green marble, slowly spinning in the cosmic darkness. Goba's whiskers twitched with excitement as he noticed something amazing. The moon's surface wasn't hard like stone at all. When he scratched at it with his paws, it felt soft and crumbly, almost like magical sand. Goby, being a goat who loved to dig and explore, immediately started pawing at the lunar soil with his hooves. To their surprise, digging on the moon was incredibly easy and fun. The silvery dust floated around them in slow, dreamy clouds as they dug deeper and deeper, creating a wonderful crater. Goba's paw suddenly struck something hard. Together, they carefully brushed away the moon dust to reveal the most beautiful crystal either of them had ever seen. It was perfectly clear, about the size of a pineapple, and it seemed to glow with its own inner light. The moment Goby touched the crystal with his hoof, something magical happened. The crystal began to shimmer and pulse, and suddenly it started floating in the air. Then, to their complete amazement, it began to move around them in playful circles, almost as if it were dancing. The crystal seemed alive and friendly, bobbing up and down like it was trying to communicate. It sparkled with colors that shifted from deep blue to bright gold to soft purple. Goba and Goby laughed with joy as their new crystal friend performed loops and spirals around them. But soon, both friends began to miss their meadow home. As if the crystal could read their thoughts, it glowed even brighter, and suddenly they found themselves back on their familiar field, just as the sun was rising. At first, Goba and Goby wondered if their moon adventure had been just a wonderful dream, but there, floating beside them, was their magical crystal friend, still glowing softly in the morning light. Excited to share their incredible experience, they rushed to find their other animal friends in the forest. They found Bella the rabbit, Chester the hedgehog, and Pip the squirrel having breakfast near the stream. Breathlessly, Goba and Goba told their friends about their amazing journey to the moon and their discovery of the living crystal. But their friends just looked at each other and smiled politely, clearly thinking it was just a very creative story. Chester the hedgehog patted Goby gently with his tiny paw and suggested that maybe they had just had a very vivid dream. Bella the rabbit nodded sympathetically, while Pip the squirrel chattered about how sometimes dreams can feel very real. But then Goba winked at Goby, and Goby called softly to their crystal friend. Suddenly the magical crystal appeared, floating gracefully above their heads, spinning slowly and casting beautiful rainbow patterns on the ground. All their friends gasped in wonder and amazement. Chester's spines stood up with excitement, Bella's ears perked straight up, and Pip nearly fell out of the tree branch where he was sitting. From that day forward, the crystal became everyone's friend, joining them on picnics, lighting up their evening gatherings, and adding magic to every ordinary day. It would dance above their heads during games of tag, create beautiful light shows during storytelling time, and even helped them find lost toys by glowing brighter when they got close. Goba and Goby learned that the most wonderful adventures often happen when you least expect them, and that magical friendships can be found in the most surprising places, even on the moon. Their crystal friend reminded them every day that the world is full of wonders waiting to be discovered, and that the best adventures are always the ones shared with good friends. And sometimes on very clear nights, when the moon is full and bright, all the friends gather in their meadow and wave up at their special place among the stars, knowing that magic is always just one adventure away.
What a wonderful adventure Goba and Goby had. Thank you, Elis, for wishing for this magical story.
I particularly liked how they discovered that sometimes the most unbelievable stories can turn out to be true. Just like those ancient cave paintings that tell stories from thousands of years ago.
Yes, and how friendship makes every adventure better. Whether you're digging on the moon or just spending time together on Earth.
We hope you enjoyed tonight's story, and we'd love to hear your story wishes too. Just ask a grown-up to help you visit our website at magicbedtimestories.com to send us your ideas.
And as the moonlight shines through your window tonight, may it bring you dreams as magical as Goba and Goby's adventure.
That's all for today. Sleep tight and dream bright.
Good night, everyone.
Sweet dreams, little dreamers. Until next time.